Hey, fellow metal guys. Hey, this is the old model dude. Haven't done a video in a while, but I wanted to do a video on the new AK play markers for tabletop gamers. But I'm not a gamer, I'm a model builder. And you know what, guys? These have great value for what we do. Um, they are really just like the real markers. They are great. Um, a large variety of everything, and I really like the tips on these. They are definitely way different than our markers, but they do have a great use for us. If you will look, they're packed just like the markers. They come with a color chart and a lot of the same colors. What I really loved about this was the flesh tone colors. Um, there's some good leather, wood. There's just some really cool colors that will fit into our scheme of things. And I think another great one is these right here: gold, bronze, copper, and brass. And we're going to take a look at those today because I haven't done anything with that yet. Excuse my mess. My table's a little crazy right now, but I'm going to pull out the gold one and we will try this one out. One thing I did notice is when you do the initial first pump on these, do it over a little tray because they have been known to come out a lot. And I'm still trying to figure out the best way to do this, but I only give it one pump and let it do its thing. As you can see, it comes down, it starts, see, it'll drip just like that. So I just let it do the one drip. But after that, it is solid. Now, this actually right in front of us, this looks like mustard to me, but it's gold. And let me just find a piece of plastic for us to try this on. This will work right here. So I have this. This is a non-primed piece of plastic, but as you can see, the tip is way cool on this thing. Let's see, where's my camera? There it is. See the tip on that? It's really, really fine, and you can really just once I get it there. There we go. Oh, that does look good. Just keep going, and it'll keep flowing. And if you have to give it another pump, give it another pump, which I might just do. Just a half one. Get more gold down there, but yeah. So it is definitely coming down. Let me get a little light on that. So as you can see, so I'm going to give it another pump. There, now we got some. There's the reason for that first one. A little bubble there, but there you go. Now this would be much better on a primer piece, and I will do that later. But let's let that dry for a second. And the cool thing is the caps are really nice. They have a little reservoir, and you just put it right in there. And then I take the little back cap one and I put it back on there so it doesn't accidentally get pumped. But we'll let that do its thing. I wanted to show you a couple figures that I had done with some of the paints. They're not done yet, but look at the flesh. I think the flesh looks really good on these. And then this is their, they called this the Desert Orchid? No, this is a zombie skin that I used for the khaki. And it came out really nice. and these were primed. Let me show you a guy with his face. And there's 4 different tones of skin, so I did 2. So there's him, and looks pretty darn good. And these are 1/35th scale guys. I haven't finished them all the way. I got to do the dot for the eyes, but I'm pretty happy with the face tones. I think they look pretty good. But you know what? I did do a bunch of tools and stuff on my Stug I'm doing. Let me grab that. But see, this has already started to dry now. The second coat and the primer will be so much better for this. But look at that brush. That brush is just fine. And yeah, this is kind of the same way with the real markers. If you give it a second coat, it'll do much better. So we'll let that dry. And then let me get the Stug. I want to show you the tools that I did on my Stug. So here's my 1/16 DOSWorks Stug in with the winter tracks and all the good stuff. But I wanted to show you. I had primered these on there and did these with the brushes, and look how good those came out. And then there's some more, the axe, and then there was some the shovel and everything over here. I did a really nice job, and it was really easy to do them. But yeah, that's my Stug I did, and this is a very fun kit to build, guys. This is the DOSWorks collection, and I have the one that's not the winter without the winter tracks, but these tracks were such a pleasure to do. And then I just took my time on everything, and then you got the wheels and everything, and it's almost done. Just got to put the decals on. I already got my rust and everything. I did that with chipping solution. I'm gonna put a little bit more chipping on the edges here just to rough them up a little mud. But that is the white version. But those tools and everything were done with the new game player markers. The reason I use those is that tip I could get into these areas where they were mounted and cover what I needed to cover, where the markers would not. I mean, if you look at this right here, this was the marker, the new markers, and oh, here's a good one. Look at that little axe there. I had already mounted it, primered it, but got it to look like that. And you always want, you always know that the latches are always the same paint as the truck, as the tank. So there's half the work done. And very impressed with them. I know Andy's got a few boxes at the store, this new superstore. And if you haven't been there, guys, wow. I was there last Friday. They have stocked that store to the hill. I mean, wow. Fantastic. They have so much stuff. The RFM Ryfield models they have tons of them. And I did take advantage of the sale. I did take advantage of 20% of the Ming, and you never. We always say we never have enough, but the point is enough. I mean, I had to reorganize my whole area today, but just wanted to really put a good plus out for these. If you're not a game player, doesn't matter. These fit in our world, guys, and we always like to have tools that work for us. And I will be, from now on, I will just put all my tools on ahead of time, and that way they get primered, and at least the base color of them will look and match what the tank is. So that's not bad, guys. Yeah, it's not bad. Um, it definitely needs a primer coat, and this is actually some Dragon plastic. But when you get it to look like this, I'm very satisfied. And we all know that the metal colors always never really work the way we want them to. But we do have four options. We have bronze, brass, copper, and gold. And gold is always a hard one. Um, Maybe I should have used the brass, you know. But I also, guys, I've gone to Hobby Lobby, and they sell these, and these are kind of cool because they do a pretty nice job. Um, to me, a little better gold on this. If you look at it, I think it looks better than that. And the really nice thing about this one is you have that little tip, and then on the other side you have a big tip, and these do a nice job. They're like $4, and they have chrome, silver, gold. They didn't have brass, that's why I got the gold. But like I said, these Playmaker markers are well worth it. I believe the whole set was 120. I think what we will benefit mostly, guys, if you're into figures. Actually, you know what? I did do another figure I want to show you, a larger one, and I have stashes everywhere, guys. I did this guy with those markers, and I think the flesh tones came out pretty good. That was the first time ever using them, but I'm pretty happy with the way that is. I just got to finish him up, highlight all the lines, matte varnish it, do a little wash, get it all dirty, fill in all those highlights and that. Oh, excuse me, that's my dog. And yeah, that's where we're at. So, old model dude definitely believes in these, as I do the real markers. And if you haven't gotten the real markers, guys, let me give you a quick look at those. Well, here, I'll just grab one. Here's the real markers. They come in a set too. The difference is the tip is more of a pen, but these are my go-to favorites. I've done a lot of interiors on planes on these, interiors on tanks on these. They're great for weapons, tools, everything. And they are my favorite. And, the colors are pretty versatile. You can use them for a lot of different things. It might be the German Dunkelgleb. But it also acts as khaki, it acts as wood, but there is a variety of everything. And that is my review on those guys. I think you'll love them or you'll hate them. But I love them. I think they're great. It's made this, I got back into this hobby 3 years ago, and the innovations in glues and paints and that are just far from what they were when I was a teenager, and I'm 60 years old, guys. So a lot of you guys are the same way. But, I'll never give up my airbrush. As you can see, I have my collections of paints. These are probably my three favorites. Atom, Mission Models, and Vallejo Model Air. But other than that, guys, happy Memorial Day. Remember, this is about the people that gave their lives to give us our freedom. And hopefully everybody's having a great day, spending it with friends and family. And this is the old model guy signing off. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time.